I have been waiting for this basically since the release of the game. This is the first monthly reset of the entire shop, combat simulation, boss fight, backlog. It's 400 pieces each. 1.2, that's the other 15 part here. And look who's here! That is my favorite little glutton. I have been waiting for this for so long. She's the single character for which I picked the game up for, and she's absolutely lovely. And yeah, this could have been an upgrade, but at the same time, I didn't get her from the gacha. She was the one and only character I didn't get from the gacha. And now this looks like paradise. It's likely not going to last for long, because when it comes to the other characters, I think there's like 3 or 4 in the entire collection that I want to roll for. Everyone else can get sort of skipped. But at the same time, seeing a gacha game with a 100% collection completion feels pretty damn good, not gonna lie. This shop has also reset, that is 5 premium tickets, 5 standard tickets. And the one thing I'm struggling a lot with is trying to level up these units. Because Macchiato costed 130 pools and costed even more when it came to leveling her up, trying to keep her up to speed with the rest of my team. Sadly, when it comes to neural helixes, looks like the basic info cores completely dry up after a while, and the only way you can get them is through boss fights, so giving priority to spending these materials is going to be my biggest concern of next year. Going forward, QJ still missing her weapon. I know there's going to be changes to these shops, like eventually they're going to add gacha pools down here, but at the same time I'm close to 900. The only weapon I really miss from here is Golden Memory. I've gotten all of the others except for Samosek and Mezzaluna, and I think I would rather grab Gold Memory right now. And once I do that, I don't really want to say that the entire account is going to be set for life, but at the same time it kind of will be. Tololo, she has her weapon, she's currently at Fortification 1. Sometime in February they're going to change the standard gacha so that you can select one character that will be on a 50% rate up, and mine is definitely going to be her, because I do want her V2. Ulrid, V1 plus weapon. I see she's like a D tier character, but at the same time I think that's just because Pridwen judges them at V0 without their weapons. She's been doing quite a lot of damage, I've been very comfortable playing with her, and even though she's only physical, even though she's only melee, I think she's going to shine once again once Faye comes out. One thing I want to try and go for is going to be Macchiato's weapon. That is likely where my next pools are going to go. And that's about it. Mozin, not a big fan, she still has her Hussar weapon. Richa is waiting for the other members of the Toxic team, but she has her weapon ready already, so she's the only one that's missing her weapon. That's supposed to be a top tier DPS. We have 7 more attempts at the Bittersweet Caramel. Show me a golden glow. Because her banner is going to be up for a little bit longer. I think I do have a pretty solid chance at getting her weapon too. It's going to be roughly 20 more pools until the PT, and I think that's possible. What I will not be spending rolls on is going to be the standard banner. We roughly get 20 standard pools per month, so from here until March I should be able to save up enough and have a 50% chance at getting Tololo right when the update goes live. Because after this, it's going to be QJ all the way down. QJ gets a real big boost somewhere at V3, but V3 is really damn far. Even if you can choose that 50% selector on the standard banner, even if the math checks out, and we get 1 unit roughly every 3 months from the standard banner, it's going to take somewhere around a year and a half to get her up to V3. Still, it's a gacha game, times tend to be a little bit more diluted. The game will end of service before I change this one. One thing that scared the crap out of me was seeing that the crossroad challenge here in the bosses has 3 different teams that you need to set up in order to challenge it, and leveling up 12 units, this is going to be hella expensive. I went on to look at the upcoming units and I made this little chart here. Now, mind you, I am only judging them based on how cool they look, not so much off of the tier list. Kluke, absolute must pull, she looks fantastic, and she just so happens to be S+. Also, she's a toxic damage dealer, but apparently she doesn't need teammates. The ones that do are going to be Mekti and Peritia, since Mekti turns Peritia's support attack damage into toxic damage. Same thing goes for Springfield, same thing goes for Santoriesi. I do like them, but they would be mostly as secondary units or supports. The other characters I can absolutely not skip over, that's going to be Vector, and that's going to be Andoris. The fact that she hugs you and strangles you with her chest, I don't know who came up with it, that guy needs an absolute raise. I don't know if I'm going to catch flack for this, but I'm not a big fan of the green hair. I think I can skip Belka, but she's also a lightning damage dealer, and if I go with Toxic, Ice, Fire, and of course Water with Todolo, that's 4 elements out of 5. And I hear Faye is also going to be a free character, and she adds a 30% boost to damage taken for physical damage. I guess this is how they're going to try and fix physical damage, and she might give my poor little Ulrid a little bit of a boost as well. So when it comes to teams and playable units, I think with 3 picks, I should already be more than fine. The one unit I'm really sad about is Lenna. I really like her. She was really fun in this story, she gave really big Fox Girl energy, but at the same time, she's down to B tier, so apparently she's kind of dog shit. I don't know if it's just her that doesn't deal damage, if she doesn't bring enough support for the units that are supposed to deal damage. This might be the one character I will actually regret not pulling. But otherwise, we get around 56 to 60-ish pulls per month, and this is likely going to go higher as well. So as long as I can skip a few units here and there, I should be more than able to pick up the units I want and maybe try and go for their weapons too. Because the gacha might be just like the Genshin one, but with a little bit lower PT and roughly the same amount of income, this makes collecting characters a lot easier. The only downside is that we have no idea who's coming next. Still, that is a fantastic start of the year already, and I guess that's going to be it for Girl Frontline 2.
Cha 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 cha.